name is Helen Aigbe-Joseph of Vessels of Compassion Global, Leeds, UK. It's a blessing and a joy to come into your home again. Thanks for visiting with us. This is Let the Healer In. Last week we looked at 2 practical ways that you can let the healer in. The first one was worship and grief, and the second one was accepting comfort. This week we're going to look at 2 more practical ways that you can let the healer in. And the first one is let creation speak to you. Psalm 19 verse 3 says, "There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard." There is no speech nor language where the voice of creation is not heard. In this time that we're faced with COVID-19, this global pandemic that is happening right now, we know that social isolation keeps you at home. But we can use this time to pause and come away from our gadgets or the responsibilities that weigh on us heavily and look out to creation. Look through your window and see the beauty that is out there. Because when you do, you're actually acknowledging the Creator who made these beautiful things, who's also designed you intricately, that He cares for you. When we look at the sun rays gives hope. When we look at the moon and the stars, they give light in dark times, in dark seasons. When we hear the birds chirping, they're singing, it tells us we can sing again. When we see the trees and their leaves swaying, basically maybe clapping their hands, it tells us we will dance again. But the only way we acknowledge these things is if we put a pause. We come away from our gadgets. We come away from whatever burdens us, and we look out to creation. And we can say to ourselves, the same God who created all of this, it is Him who has created me. Therefore, He can take care of this ache. He can take care of this pain. So that's a way you can actually open up. You know, life depends on openness and receptivity. When you open up and you receive that the gift of nature is here to help you, God using it to come in and heal your heart, that's a major way you can actually move from this season, whether you understand it or not. The second way that we can receive and accept the healer to come in and heal us is to make some keepsakes of the loved one that you have missed, that you have lost. Because we know that the reason why we grieve is because we love. So it's a good thing that you're grieving. But what you don't want to do is stay there. It's remembering to make memories or make the keepsakes the memories that you shared with your loved one, whether they be treasures of gifts and holidays you made together, whatever you have done together, use this time to celebrate the life of your loved one. When you do this, it's one major way of letting the healer in, because you're thanking God for the time that you had with this loved one. You're thanking Him that He gave you the privilege to do life with this person. So as you do this, it helps you not to think of death as a tragedy. It helps you to think of death and see death technically as the continuity of life. There is a poem I would like to read that really blesses me so much, and I pray you find it a blessing too. It says, "Death is nothing. Death is as nothing at all. I have only slipped away into the next room. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference in your tone, wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without a trace of a shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same as it ever was. There is unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind? Because I am out of sight. When you celebrate your loved one by making keepsakes and having keepsakes, you're actually celebrating the continuity of life, because life is a continuous living. Scripture tells us in Ecclesiastes 3 that God had set eternity in our hearts. So we're actually living, whether you believe in life after death or not, life is a continuous thing. So I thank you for being here with me. I pray that I've said something that will bless you. And if you think it's not for you, please share it with somebody who might need this.